Have you ever thought about integrating tape in your digital workflow? I've done it many times and made many mistakes along the way. Today, I'm gonna take you along the ride and I'm gonna mix down my latest album on this tape machine, and I'm gonna show you all my tips and tricks. Hey, my name is Lo. I'm a film composer with almost 20 years of experience. In the last couple of months, I worked on a Dutch drama film called Pinksterprins, and it's a very beautiful and tender score that I made for it. I think it's a perfect score to mix down to tape. So today, I'm gonna show you my process, how I bring everything from the DAW into the tape machine and back, how to get that nice tape saturation and compression that everybody is looking for. Maybe we're gonna push it too far at points to get it all the way distorted. And in the end, I'm also going to show you how I normally just add some little tape flutters at specific moments throughout the tracks, just to bring the whole thing to life. Let's dive into the session and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so this is the session that we're going to be working with. What I have over here is I mixed every cue of the album. I mixed them in a way that they sounded good to me, but as you can see, there's like quite some difference in volume. So we can send them track by track to the tape and then readjust the volume for every track. But that is like 5 to 10 minutes for every track. 10 minutes times 30 is a lot. Math. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select them all and we're all gonna normalize them to the same position. So I am gonna add some processing here, normalize, minus 23 dB LUFS is what I'm going for, mostly because I work in film. That is the loudness that we deliver our tracks to the mix. It's also a perfect loudness to all your analog gear. So if I do this, I make sure that all the tracks are in the same ballpark, and I'm also making sure that nothing is ever clipping. It's really important. If you clip on your way out or on your way in, now you get all kinds of digital artifacts that you really don't want in this process. So we want to make sure that we have enough headroom to play around with what we're doing. So let's do apply, and if you see over here, right now, all the tracks are in the same ballpark. This also means that if we're setting it to tape, we actually grab the loudest parts of all these tracks. We can dial them in, so from there on, it will pick up the loudest parts of the whole album with the most compression and saturation, and the softer parts it will leave alone, and it will just have a little bit of that tape vibe, which is exactly what we're looking for. And in this way, we can just run the whole thing at once. It's gonna save us a lot of time in the end. Okay, it's time to start recording now. Let's start the tape machine and I'll show you how I'll dial it in. How I've seen many people using a tape machine is actually to have your recording in the DAW, play it out, record it on the tape machine, and then rewind the tape machine, play the tape machine, and then re-record it in the DAW. There's actually no reason for that at all. I'll explain you why. A tape machine has a delete head, a record head, and a play head. This means that the tape runs through, it gets deleted here, whatever music is coming out from the DAW will be recorded to tape over here, and then it will be played back over here, and I can re-record this straight into the DAW. If you look at the VU meters here, above 0 it gets red. It is really good to get towards the red and into the red. That's where the real compression is going to happen. That's where the saturation is going to happen. But as soon as we go too far, it will distort so much and totally fall apart. So let's play around with that. I like to use the input and output button on the tape machine itself. You can also do that in the DAW. To me, this is way easier and way faster, so let's just do that. Now that we set everything to 23 dB, I can just find the loudest parts and dial them in. And if I dial in the loudest parts and get that to the exact saturation and compression that I want, then the lower parts will have less of that. This means that overall, over the whole soundtrack, it will have an equal amount. The louder parts will get more distorted and more compressed, and the less loud parts way less. This will have a way better overall sound throughout the whole album. So let's pick a loud part of the album and let's play it through the tape machine. Right now we're listening to the source straight. If I flip it over to tape, we hear nothing. And now if I press record, this is it through the tape. So let's push it all the way. Here we hear the drums totally distorting. So like there's hardly anything left. Let's find its perfect position. Yeah, this sounds about right. I like the volume coming back into the dot. I just do it by eye. I just look at the meters and try to find close to the same point. Let's listen to some other spots of the soundtrack. Maybe a little bit too much. I'll dial it back a little bit. Yeah, okay. Let's go and record this whole session. Then I'm gonna push it a little too far and re-record it again. This way we have options to play later on. If I like some tracks that are actually really quiet, but I actually like a little bit more tape compression than I had on the first run, I have both ways and I can listen back to what I like the best. Let's record it. Okay, we're back. I recorded it all. Let's give it a listen. And now the 3 1/4. Seven and a half. Yeah. Focus on the kick. It has like way more low end. Nice. Oh, and that sounds rounder. Less punchy, but rounder. Very nice. And then go back. And it's clean, it's perfect, it's great, but it's a lot cleaner. I feel it pumps more the roundness in the kick. The snare has way more high end, like the snare is way deeper. Nice. Let's go a little further where there's, here we go. More tight. Very nice. You hear like it kind of drops off when this is the normal mix, and now let's go to 7.5 inch. Yeah, that's great. That's the sound we're looking for. Cool. Okay. Let's move to some more ambient work. We got some piano work here. Oh, you hear that difference? That roll off and that little push in the lows is very nice. 7.5 is a little bit more compressed. Very nice. And then go back to the normal mix. Yeah. Very nice. This is all beautiful and subtle, but we love tape the most because of its flutter and wows and all the artifacts that shouldn't be there, but brings it all to life. So what I'm gonna do now, I have everything in a way that I really like it. I'm gonna go through the more subtle tracks and I'm gonna play through them. And while playing, I'm actually gonna play with pushing the reels and playing with the tape itself. And you can really play with it like an instrument. You'll hear what I mean by that. Let's give it a try. That's beautiful. I really love that. I'm gonna go through all the other tracks and do the same thing, and I'll get back to you. Okay, that was that. As you can see, I didn't go through the whole score again. I just found these little snippets that I thought could really use some extra flutter and recorded only these snippets. And I'm just gonna cut them in. Don't be too precise about that. That stuff works. You can easily cut that in without any problems. Don't redo everything over and over again. That's gonna take you so much time, and there's no need to do that. Okay, this was it. If you live in the Netherlands, go check out the film Pinksterprints. If you like the music in this video, I'll pop a link down below, and I'll catch you next time.